Namaste. Okay, I didn't know Aaron Carter that well. Really wasn't affected by anything. I just knew about him. Didn't know him. Sorry about the chins. Didn't know about him in a sense that, like, I know Marilyn Monroe, Elvis Presley, Prince. Yeah, so not like I can't like tell you his songs, but I heard some things. I knew somebody was going to die, that it was going to be a complete shock. I don't think the person is dead yet, because he's not a complete shock, because he has dealt with substance abuse. So in terms of what I heard in my head, channeling wise, psychic wise, was that he was like, Katrina, I was sad. A lot of people know that I was sad. I said, yes. And what is it that you want to tell me? And he's like, Katrina, people shouldn't bully other people. I was very bullied. I was like, I'm very sorry to hear that. I didn't really know. Because he's 34 years old, which is my daughter's age. Well, she just turned 35, but anyhow. I didn't really understand why I was hearing anything about him, because I don't really know him. But sometimes when you're a conduit, and when you are a person who is intuitive and a psychic, as myself, people on the spirit world will come through, will try to give a message in. And so basically, I just was like, okay, I'm open and receptive. I'm riding in a cab. I'm sitting, in my sister's apartment. I'm traveling. I'm visiting friends. I'm visiting my daughter. So I wasn't really sure why I was getting a message. But I said, I'm open and receptive to receiving the message. Well, what would you like me to tell? And he's like, yeah, I like that you have a YouTube channel. And I said, I'm not that popular. And he's like, that's okay. Katrina, that's okay. I know you. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. AC. For some reason, I want to call him AC. Okay. Aaron. I felt like he was trying to get at something. This is totally left field. I don't know his songs. I don't even know. I just know he was I thought he was a Disney, on a Disney Channel or something. I don't know. He's like, that's not important. That's not important. He says, you know why I have so many tattoos on my face? He goes, I didn't always have tattoos on my face, Katrina. And I said, why? And he said, sometimes when you don't feel good about yourself, you try to cover up your face. You try to cover up your face. But he said, in heaven, your skin goes back to how you were when you were a baby. And I said, that's interesting. So you don't have those tattoos anymore? And he said, no. It's like your skin goes back to how you came into the world. But Jesus isn't mad at me. And then I said in my head, so I wasn't really sure. Sorry, I'm really cold in here. I wasn't really sure why he was talking to me. You know, because I just came home from a party. Not a party. Like, I'm partying like a rock star. You know, a meeting from my friend. With my friend. That I used to work with. Sorry, I'm a little bit drowsy. But I had to do this. Sorry about the comb over. Anyway, he was like, what's important? Because I kept saying, like, in my head, to communicate to him. I said, Aaron, AC. I said, like, what happened? Did you try to kill yourself? Or did you kill yourself, sweetheart? You know, I'm not going to be mad at you. But just, like, tell me what happened. And he's like, Katrina, not important. Mystic Brady, not important. That's not important. I said, why? Why? Why isn't that important? I feel like it is important. You know, it's like Whitney Houston died in the bathtub. Whitney Houston's daughter died in the bathtub. Elvis Aaron Presley, with your namesake, Aaron, died in the bathroom. And he was like, why are you stuck on that? He goes, no, I didn't. He goes, I didn't kill myself all at once. He goes, don't you understand, like addiction? He's telling me addiction is a lifelong battle. And that might seem simplistic. It has a lot to do with being a little kid and feeling a little bit secure, but then not feeling as somebody pulls the rug out from under you. And he's like, everything's good, everything's okay, but like in heaven, up in heaven with my father. He goes with my two fathers and my sister. So apparently he's with his sister, who had passed away at a young age as well. Addiction. I feel so warm. Anyway, and his father. I don't really know much about him, so I'm asking him in my mind, like, I wonder why you want to talk to me. But he's saying that stuff about not feeling secure, a lot of turmoil, you know, at first as a child feeling like on top of the world and everything being, you know, fun and good together as a family unit. And then I guess his family broke up and there was moves and changes and, you know, show business, but not feeling secure anymore. Then like always feeling like he's like showing me singing and dancing and like kind of like, you know, let me entertain you. And kind of like being something about a scarecrow, or did somebody call him scarecrow, or just saying like, I have to be the scarecrow, I have to entertain people, make people laugh. And that transfers as to love. He goes, but never feeling it deeply in my heart, and then being messed up with the addictions that I had. He goes, some of it's my fault, some of it's my family's fault, some of it's the drugs. Changed the chemistry. So if you have a little bit of depression, you're going to have, and then you take a little drugs to fix that depression. And he goes, then later on, you have even a trillion times depression. He goes, Katrina, you know what that feels like? that's really no way to live. Because then you try to fix it, you try to fix it, you try to fix it, and there's a hole in your heart, there's a hole in your soul, and you fill it up with stuff. You fill it up with sugar, you fill it up with outside things, you fill it up with money, you fill it up with fame, but it never gets filled up. And I'm like, AC, that's really sad. You know, like, I don't know what to do. I don't know really what to say about that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about your experience. And I really didn't know you, but I've just been seeing you lately because you passed. And I put my hand on the screen. And I put my hand on your face where all these tattoos are. And I saw your face before you had all these tattoos on this side and this side. And I was like, what a beautiful boy you are. And I'm sorry you went through that. And he's like, Katrina, you know, thank you, but that's okay. That's not the point, though. And I say, what is the point? AC, like, why are you talking to me? You know, I'm sorry, I don't know your songs. I know that you were in some sort of band, and your brother is Nick Carter, but I don't even really know him. So I'm very sorry, but I'm sorry for your pain, but I don't really understand why you're coming to me. And he's like, Katrina, you have a YouTube channel. And you channel people. You channel spirits. And he's like, the worst thing besides feeling depressed and down is being bullied. And I know that. I understand that. And he's like, do you? Do you really understand it? Like, more attention needs to be on that. And he goes, Katrina, the worst thing about it is the more I was being bullied, it's almost like a drug. Even if I'm trying not to take drugs, he goes, I would keep on going on. I would keep on exposing myself to, like, the lives and all that stuff. Doing lives. He keeps on talking about lives, being live. He goes, and at first people would be nice. He goes, then all of a sudden one would come in, and I try to ignore them, but then I never could. He goes, it was like I didn't have any layer of skin. Like I had no way of protecting myself from even a small insult. He goes, do you know why? And I'm like, I don't know why. I really don't know why. I'm not getting it. And I want to help you. And he said, I did see the light. I have seen the light. He goes, I died twice or 3 times. One time, he's talking about dying when I think his father helped him, saved him. And another time, then he went to the hospital, showing me himself in the hospital. He goes, I got a lot of chances. He goes, but I got tired. The rest of, I wish I could be with my son on the physical realm, but I'm with him on the spiritual realm. And that is good. I can watch over him better in the spiritual realm. Yeah, what he's saying to me is people have to stop being nicer, kinder. Like, just because somebody goes on a live doesn't mean that they have no heart, and doesn't mean that they don't feel pain like everybody else. It's like when people are famous, even a little bit famous, or even just having a YouTube channel, he's like, doesn't mean that other people should be bullying them, thinking that they are not able to be permeated with insults. He's like, Katrina, do you feel it? And I'm saying in my head, have I felt bullied before? Yes, I have. I've felt bullied in my regular life, and I felt bullied when I was on YouTube. Yeah, sure. By many different people. And what I do is, sometimes I fight back with words, sometimes I fight back with a video, sometimes I fight back with just blocking and ignoring. But it hurts. It does hurt. Okay? You do have to try to protect yourself. Yeah, but a lot of times, for some reason, people think that people who get famous and then they're on TV or they're on a YouTube channel or they're doing a live or they're doing a concert, other people think that they're rich, so they can't, they can't be hurt. That's not true. Everybody can get hurt. Words do hurt. When people make fun of your addictions, that hurts too. And so basically what he's trying to tell me is, Katrina, let them know I didn't want to have these addictions. I didn't want to be on a destructive trend and suffer so much. And he feels very bad because he saw his life review after he did pass. No, he goes, I didn't try to kill myself. I hope people don't know that, think that I tried to kill myself. He said, yeah, I was doing the wrong things. I was feeling very low, but I thought I was going to still live my life and be in my son's life. But he says that when he saw his life review, when he started going towards the light, and then they show you, God shows you, when you were little, when you were newborn, when you were a little baby, when you're a little boy, little girl, whatever you are, you're a little child, and different things that happen, and things that you did that were wrong, then things that you did that were right, that help people, and things that hurt people. But he said, when I saw my life review and I saw my fiance, I realized I wish that I would treat her differently, because she had my son. She brought my son into the world, and she still has my son, and I wish I could have treated her better. Good, bad, or ugly, I apologize to her. So he's hoping, he goes, through you, Katrina, I'm hoping that she hears my message. Please put her name in my message. Now, I don't even know her name. Is it Melanie? I'll find out. I'll find out. Because I can't even post this because my phone has not been, it's not working. So I'll post it whenever I can, AC, okay? Anyhow. Anything else? He's sorry about that. And he's sorry to the people that, oh my gosh. He had a house cleaner, a live-in maid that lived in his house. And he says, I know you tried to help me, and I rejected you from helping me. Thank you for trying to help me. He said, please know you'll live the rest of your life knowing you did try to help me. And he goes, and I rejected your help. Please know that you did everything that you could. God took me home. And basically he's saying about his fiance, whether they fought, whether they had good times or bad times, he still wishes. He goes, I wanted like the white picket fence with you. If that means anything to you. Because he showed me a white picket fence. He goes, I wanted the American dream with you. I wanted to have like a normal, happy marriage and children with you. And he goes, I messed that up, didn't I? And, you know, it takes two to tango. But he's saying heartfelt, like he's showing me his heart on his hand. And he's saying, I'm sorry, you know, that it treated you poorly. Okay. Thank you, Aaron. If there's anything else, just let me know. But anyway, I don't know his work, but I just keep on hearing it. I keep hearing him, you know, Katrina, you have to say it. Katrina, you have to say it. And I was like, I have to say what? You know, did I have too much to drink? Okay. But basically, the two messages are the bullying. The bullying is very, it destroys you. It destroys your heart, destroys your whole soul, and it causes addictions to get worse. He's not blaming the addictions on the bullying, but they're kind of like, they go hand in hand. So he's saying it's really important that people be kinder to each other, especially people who are in the limelight. Yeah, and he wants everybody to know that he is in a safe place now. He didn't feel 100% safe. Of course, here, he didn't feel safe. In heaven, he's looking at everything that went on in his life, and he says, I'm working behind the scenes. I'm working from heaven to try to push the agenda of kindness and love and friendship. And he goes, and I'm not proud of a lot of my behavior, especially towards my fiance. He keeps talking about his fiance or a fiance. Yeah, he goes, what I wanted it to be, it went the opposite. And I take responsibility for my part in that. And he keeps on saying, like, I wasn't healthy inside myself, but I think sometimes she could see that I was very much in love with her and wanted to have that picket fence. Again, with the picket fence. Okay, so actually, he's giving an apology, and he's also given an apology. I think his mother is alive still, and of course his family, and including Nick Carter, which is his brother. Yeah, he just doesn't want anybody to feel like, he wants them to know he loves them. Please forgive him for having to exit this way. And he did not kill himself. He goes, but I killed myself slowly. He said, don't you see, there's the difference. But the result is the same. Whether you kill yourself slowly or you kill yourself quickly, the result is the same. He goes, but I didn't like set out, let me just go kill myself in my room. He said, no. I thought I would I'd get over the hump of feeling very low and depressed, and things would be better in a couple of days. He didn't know that he was just going to go to his room and die, you know, in the bathtub. He didn't set out to do it. And I know the autopsy has not been done yet, but This is just what I'm getting as a channeled reading message when I did not even ask for it. Anyhow, because I don't know him, but I feel like I know his soul from what he's telling me. Okay. 2:02 on the clock. That's the end. Namaste. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. In sweet heavenly peace. Aaron Carter. AC.